It always starts with a feeling, not a sound, not a message, not even a clue, just a quiet, heavy feeling in your chest, like something is wrong, but you don't want to believe it. That was me. It was 2:17 in the morning. The city outside my window was asleep. Cars were rare. Lights were off. Even the noise of life felt paused. But my mind was wide awake. I couldn't sleep. I kept turning in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying moments from the last few weeks. Small things, tiny things, things I told myself didn't matter. But deep down, I knew they did. His phone, always face down, always locked, always on silent. His smile, still there, but not the same. His voice, still warm, but not honest. And then there was the distance, not physical distance. He was still next to me every day, but emotional distance, like I was standing beside him, and he was already somewhere else. I reached over and felt the cold space where he should have been. The bed was empty. He wasn't home. Again, I grabbed my phone and checked the time. 2:17 a.m. I opened our last message thread. Me, you said you'd be home by midnight. Seen, no reply. I stared at that little word. Seen, it felt louder than any scream. I got up slowly. My legs felt weak, like they already knew something my heart wasn't ready to accept. I walked to the window. His car wasn't there. That's when the fear turned into something worse. Not panic, not sadness, suspicion. I tried to talk myself out of it. Maybe he's with friends. Maybe his phone died. Maybe I'm overthinking. But deep down, I wasn't. I put on my hoodie, grabbed my keys, and walked out into the night. No plan, no destination, just a feeling pulling me forward. The streets were quiet, the kind of quiet that makes your thoughts louder. Every red light felt longer. Every turn felt heavier. Then my phone buzzed. A message from him. Sorry, babe. Had to help a friend. Be home soon. I read it 3 times. Help a friend? At 2:30 in the morning? I didn't reply. Instead, I did something I had never done before. I checked his location. He had shared it with me months ago, when we were still perfect. Back when love felt safe. The little dot on the map loaded. And there it was. Not near his friend's place. Not near work. Not anywhere that made sense. It was parked outside an apartment building I had never seen before. My heart dropped. Not slowly. Not gently. It felt like it was pushed. I drove there. Every second felt like a year. My hands were shaking on the steering wheel. My stomach was tight. My mind kept begging me to be wrong. Please let me be wrong. Please let this be nothing. Please let him be innocent. I pulled up across the street and turned off my headlights. There was his car, parked perfectly, clean, quiet, like it belonged there. I sat there for a long time, 5 minutes, 10, maybe more. Then the door opened, and I saw him, not alone. He walked out laughing, the same laugh he used to give me. And beside him was her. She was close to him, too close. Her hand brushed his arm. He leaned toward her. Their heads almost touched. Then she kissed him. Not a small one, not a quick one, a real one, the kind you don't give by accident. My whole body went cold. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't move. I couldn't even cry. I just sat there, watching the man I loved give his mouth to someone else. They didn't see me. They didn't know I was there. They got into his car and drove away. I stayed, sitting in the dark, alone, with the truth. And in that moment, something inside me broke. But something else woke up, not pain, not tears, not fear. A quiet voice in my head said, "Now you know." Like he didn't crush my heart in a parking lot. Like he didn't lie to my face through a screen. Like he didn't choose someone else over me. He walked in with coffee in his hand and that familiar smile. Morning, beautiful. Beautiful. That word used to mean something. Now it felt fake. "Hey," I said, forcing my voice to sound normal. He leaned in and kissed my cheek. I didn't pull away. but inside, my skin felt like it was burning. He sat at the table and started scrolling on his phone, calm, relaxed, comfortable, like a man with no secrets. I watched him, every move, every blink, every breath, and I realized something scary. He was good at lying, not nervous lying, not obvious lying, smooth lying, the kind that makes you feel crazy for doubting. So, I said, "You got home pretty late." "Yeah," he replied. "Long night. My friend really needed me." I nodded. "Which friend?" He didn't look up from his phone. Jake. Jake, the fake friend, the one he always used when he needed an excuse. I smiled. "Oh, how is Jake?" "Still a mess," he said. "You know him." I did know him, and I also knew Jake was in another state. I took a deep breath. Must have been important. He looked up at me then, straight into my eyes. "Of course. You know I'd never lie to you." That sentence hit me harder than the kiss I saw last night, because he said it so easily, so confidently, so comfortably, like truth was just another word he could use whenever it helped him. I stood up and walked to the sink. My hands were shaking, but I kept my back to him. This was the moment where I could scream, the moment where I could cry, the moment where I could tell him I saw everything. But I didn't, not yet, because something inside me had changed overnight. I wasn't the girl who begged anymore. I wasn't the girl who cried and hoped. I was the girl who knew, and knowing gives you power. So I played along. "I'm glad you're home safe," I said softly. He smiled. "Always am." Liar. The word burned in my head, but I didn't say it. I washed my hands, dried them slowly, turned around. "Do you love me?" I asked. He didn't hesitate. "Of course I do." No pause, no doubt, no guilt. That's when I understood something even more painful than the cheating. He didn't just betray me. He mastered it. He hugged me. I let him. And while he held me, I made a decision. Not to leave, not to scream, not to break down, but to wait, to watch, to learn, to collect the truth piece by piece. Because revenge isn't loud. It's patient. And mine was just getting started. If you like this tone and pacing, I'll continue with, when you stop crying, you start seeing. That's what happened to me. After the night I caught him, I didn't confront him. I didn't argue. I didn't explode. I became quiet. Not weak quiet. Dangerous quiet. I started watching him the way you watch a stranger. Not with love. Not with trust. With focus. Every move. Every habit. Every lie. And slowly, the picture started coming together. He had two lives. One with me, and one he thought I'd never see. With me, he was the loyal boyfriend. Sweet, calm, protective. With her, he was free. Free to lie. Free to flirt. Free to pretend he wasn't already taken. One afternoon, he went to shower and left his phone on the bed. Face down. Locked. Just like always. But this time, it buzzed. Once. Twice. 3 times. I didn't touch it. Not yet. I waited. Then another message came in. The screen lit up just enough for me to see one line. "Last night was crazy. I can't stop thinking about you." My chest tightened. There it was. Not a guess. Not a feeling. Proof. When he came back from the shower, I acted normal. "Who's texting you so much?" I asked lightly. He shrugged. "Group chat. Work stuff. Work." Another lie. That night, when he fell asleep, I stayed awake, listening to his breathing. Slow, deep, peaceful, like a man with nothing to hide. I slowly reached for his phone. My hands were steady, not shaking, because at that point, I wasn't scared anymore. I was ready. I already knew his code. He never changed it, because he never thought I'd check. The screen unlocked, and my whole world opened. There were apps he never used around me, messages he never mentioned, contacts saved under fake names. One chat stood out, a heart emoji. I opened it, and there it was. Weeks of messages, flirting, late-night talks, inside jokes, plans. And her, she didn't know about me. Not really. To her, he was single. He told her I was just a roommate, that we were over, that I was too emotional. Too emotional. I laughed quietly in the dark. He played both of us. Different stories. Same lies. He told her he was lonely. He told me he was busy. He told her he wanted something real. He told me he wanted a future. I scrolled and scrolled, and every message felt like another brick added to the wall between us. But I didn't stop. I took screenshots. Everything. Dates. Times. Words. Receipts. I sent them to myself. Then I closed his phone and put it back exactly where it was. He never moved, never woke up, never knew that while he was dreaming peacefully, his double life had just been exposed. The next few days, I didn't act angry. I acted loving. Too loving. I laughed more. I touched his arm. I asked about his day. And he fell for it. He thought he was safe. He thought I was still blind. That's the funny thing about liars. They don't expect the truth to fight back. One night, I cooked his favorite dinner. Candlelight, music, soft smiles. He looked surprised. "What's all this for?" he asked. I smiled. "Can't I do something nice for my boyfriend?" He kissed my forehead. "You're amazing." If he only knew. We ate. We talked. We laughed. Then I said, "Tell me something. Anything. Why do you really love me?" He didn't pause. "Because you understand me. You're loyal. You never give up on us." Never give up. I held that word in my mind. "Do you think honesty matters in a relationship?" I asked. "Of course," he said. "Without honesty, there's nothing." Nothing. Interesting choice of word. I leaned back and looked at him. "Then answer me this. Are you honest with me?" He met my eyes. Didn't flinch. "Always." That's when I stood up, walked to the bedroom, came back with my phone in my hand. I placed it on the table. Unlocked. Turned the screen toward him. His messages were open, the ones he never thought I'd see. His face changed. Not slowly. Not smoothly. It dropped. Color gone. Smile gone. Control gone. "What's this?" I asked calmly. He stared. Didn't speak. "Who is she?" Silence. "Say her name." He swallowed. "It's not what it looks like." I laughed. Not loud. Not crazy. Just one small, tired laugh. "That's funny," I said, "because it looks exactly like cheating." He reached for my hand. I pulled back. "You don't understand," he said. I was confused. Confused? "You weren't confused when you kissed her." I replied. "You weren't confused when you lied to me. You weren't confused when you told her I was nothing." His mouth opened. No words came out. That was the first time. The mask slipped. The calm, loving, loyal boyfriend was gone. And underneath him was just a scared man who got caught. But I wasn't done. Not even close. Because finding the truth was only the beginning. When someone betrays you, they expect one of two things. They expect you to cry, or they expect you to leave. What they don't expect is for you to think. After I showed him the messages, he begged. Not once. Not twice. All night, I was confused. It didn't mean anything. It was a mistake. "You're my real life." Real life? Funny how people say that when their lives fall apart. I didn't argue. I didn't scream. I just listened. And while he talked, I built my plan. Because revenge isn't loud. It's quiet. It's slow. And it uses the truth as a weapon. I told him I needed time. Not to forgive. Not to forget. Just time. He agreed fast. Too fast. He thought he still had control. But control was already gone. Over the next few days, I became invisible. Not emotionally. Strategically, I stopped asking questions. Stopped checking his phone. Stopped reacting. And he relaxed. That's when people get sloppy. He started texting her again. More openly. More boldly. He thought I was weak again. But every message he sent, I saw. I didn't stop him. I let him dig deeper. Because the deeper the lie, the harder the fall. Then I did something smart. I found her. Not online. Not stalking. I waited. One afternoon, he told me he had work late. Same lie. Same pattern. So I followed him. Not close. Not obvious. Just enough. He parked near a cafe. She was already there. Laughing. Waiting. They sat together like a couple. Like they didn't destroy two lives to be there. That's when I walked in. Not angry. Not shaking. Calm. I walked straight to their table. He saw me first. His eyes went wide. Like he just saw a ghost. She turned. Confused. Smiling. Until she saw his face. Then she looked at me. "Who are you?" she asked. I smiled. "I'm the girl," he calls his roommate. Her smile vanished. "What?" I turned to him. "Want to explain?" He couldn't. So I did. I told her everything. Not dramatic. Not emotional. Just facts. Dates. Messages. Lies. I showed her the screenshots. Her hands started shaking. She looked at him like he was a stranger. "Is this true?" she asked. He whispered. "It's complicated." That's when she stood up. "No. It's simple," she said. "You lied to me." She walked out. Didn't look back. And I didn't stop her. Because my revenge wasn't about her. It was about him. He followed her outside. I stayed inside. Sitting. Waiting. Because I wasn't finished. It's not. It's about exposure. I didn't post anything online. Didn't tag anyone. Didn't start drama. I went to the people he cared about. His friends. His co-workers. His family. Not with emotion. With truth. I sent them the messages. All of them. Not to embarrass him. To unmask him. And slowly, the world he built started to fall apart. His best friend stopped answering. His sister called me crying. His boss asked him into the office. Because he didn't just cheat. He lied about who he was. To everyone. That night, he came home late. Again. But this time, he wasn't calm. He looked tired. Broken. Small. "They know," he said. "Know what?" I asked. He looked at me. Everything. I nodded. "Good." He sat down. Ran his hands over his face. "I didn't think you'd do this." I tilted my head. "You didn't think I'd tell the truth?" He didn't answer. "See," I said, "you thought I'd stay quiet. You thought I'd protect you." He looked up. "I loved you." "So did I said. "That's the difference. I didn't lie about it." Silence filled the room. Heavy. Final. He stood up slowly. "I guess this is it." "Yes," I replied. "It is." He walked to the door. Stopped. Turned around. "You planned this." I met his eyes. "No, you did. I just finished it." And he left. Not angry. Not shouting. Just defeated. And for the first time since that night in the parking lot, I felt something new. Not pain. Not hate. Relief. People think once you expose someone, it's over. But that's not how it really works. Because when a liar loses everything, the first thing they try to get back is you. 2 weeks passed. No calls. No texts. No lies. Just silence. And in that silence, I started breathing again. I slept better. I ate better. I smiled without forcing it. But peace never stays quiet for long. One evening, my phone rang. Unknown number. I didn't answer. It rang again. Then again. Finally, I picked up. "Hello." His voice came through the line. Soft. Low. Broken. "It's me." My heart didn't jump. Didn't shake. Didn't race. It just stayed calm. "What do you want?" I asked. "I just need to see you," he said. "Just once." I laughed a little. Not because it was funny, because it was sad. "You already saw me." I said, "You just didn't value me." There was silence. Then he said, "I lost everything." I paused. "Good." He swallowed. "I lost my job. My friends don't talk to me. My family barely looks at me. And then I lost you." That part, he said like it finally hurt. But it was too late. "You didn't lose me," I replied. "You gave me away." He asked to meet. I almost said no, but then I realized something. Closure isn't always quiet. Sometimes it needs a final scene. So I agreed. One last time. We met at the same cafe where I exposed him. Same table. Same window. Different power. He looked worse. Not weak. Empty. He sat down across from me. Didn't touch me. Didn't smile. Just stared. You look strong, he said. I nodded. I had to become. He leaned forward. I know I hurt you. I waited. He continued. I know I broke your trust. Still waiting. I know I ruined us. There it was. But then he said something that showed me he still didn't fully get it. I just want one more chance. I leaned back. Not because you love me, I said, but because you're alone now. He opened his mouth. I raised my hand. Let me finish. And this time, he listened. You didn't destroy me, I said. You revealed yourself. He looked confused. So thank you. That shocked him. For what? He asked. For showing me who you really are before I wasted my whole life. His eyes filled with tears. But my voice didn't. I loved a version of you that didn't exist. He whispered, I still love you. And that's when I said the line that ended everything. No, I said, you love the way I made you feel safe while you were being dangerous. He went quiet. I stood up. Goodbye. He said my name. I didn't turn around. Because the strongest revenge is walking away without looking back. And yes, it does. But it also builds you, just not in a soft way, in a sharp way. After him, I didn't become cold. I became clear about what I deserve, clear about what I accept, clear about what I will never tolerate again. I stopped chasing love and started choosing respect. I stopped asking for honesty and started demanding it. I stopped being afraid of being alone and started being afraid of being with the wrong person. Here's the truth no one tells you. Betrayal isn't the end of your story. It's the moment the story finally becomes yours. He cheated on me. He lied to me. He played with my feelings. But in the end, I didn't destroy him. The truth did. And I didn't lose myself. I found myself. So if you're watching this right now and you've been betrayed, if someone broke your trust, if someone made you feel small, let me tell you something real. You don't get revenge by hurting them. You get revenge by becoming unstoppable without them, by healing, by growing, by never going back. Because the best ending is not when they fall, it's when you rise. And that is exactly what I did.